Hey, Decathlon Gamer, welcome back to Out of the Park Baseball 25, episode 23. As we start the new season, it's roster day. It's start of the season, so everybody's having to cut down their rosters, which means the waiver wire is chock full of talent. Plenty of good players. Mostly relievers. That seems to always be the first one, dime dozen, easiest to replace, and without stamina being necessary and only having to go out and, get 1 outs, 2 outs, 3 outs, one inning of work and be done. It's easy to just get the maximum out of them, which tends to make it a little easier to find relievers. But anyway, the top target is Luis Garcia. 60 stuff, 50 movement, 55 control, and stamina actually could be a starter. Making just shy of $3 million at 29 years of age is somebody I'd like to bring in. But with our Arraez signing, we do not have that much cash to spare. So we cannot claim him. The other two guys that come in as 3-star talent, also relievers, are both in their 30s, and a bit too old for me. We have gotten a claim in on one guy, Alex Jacob. Alex Jacob, 55 stuff, 50 movement, 60 for control with 30 stamina. Definite reliever, but has control, pitched for San Diego last season, and unlike a lot of the relievers out there, is somebody who manages to keep enough control of things that they do not give up very many runs at all. He's also got 0 major league experience, makes him a much easier pickup. Though he is out of options, that's why he's on the waiver wire, as he's been on the 40-man for the last few years. And he's, bats left, throws right. Be nice if it was the other way around on that, but good pickup, I think, and it shouldn't be that hard for us to dump a reliever for that spot. And even though we improved our record last year, we were still near the bottom of the league, which means we've got pretty high priority as the team trying to make the claim. If my outfield wasn't so deep, the other player I would have been going for was Mickey Moniak, but Moniak just doesn't fit. Another outfielder, when we have a crowded outfield, we have a crowded AAA for outfield. It's one set of positions where we're looking pretty dang good. But we have gone through the waiver wire. You see there's a lot of players suddenly gone. Our man has come to us. Before the first game of the season, that roster lock-in happens about a week early. We got a couple days till then. JP Sears has seen a drop. Age 30, he's just hit 30. I don't know why he's seeing a drop already, but okay. Crawford, I expect that as he's getting older. He's in the last year of his $11 million deal. Right now, he's looking for $11 million and an extension, and nobody is up for a trade, even with an expiring contract. So we're going to have to essentially just let him go here at the end of the year. But Colin Palouse, AAA guy, looking good. Add some velocity, look a little bit stronger. Luis Medina at AAA, looking very good. Big gains for him. Mazzara, new pickup. Or no, not new pickup. Somebody I've been trying to trade, 30-year-old, actually has improved his contact ratings. And unlike that first one where you start the year and you see a lot of negative ones, this is looking a little bit better, except for Dominic Smith, 30-year-old AA guy who is trade bait for me at this point, especially with our abundance of first basemen, has lost quite a bit. Am Brewster, 27-year-old in high A, potential movement and current control ratings improve. Another drop in expectations for Juan Ramirez and his potential. That's definitely not good. Garrett Scholl has improved, though, 20-year-old at Class A. Current speed rating and current power ratings improve. And Jose Rodriguez, that's one of our big ones. Current power rating improves from a 50 to a 60. Potential power rating improves from 70 to 75. Overall rating improves from 1 to 1.5 stars, and potential rating from 2.5 to 3. That's a big one. That was one of our big signings from last year. He was supposed to be like 4.5. Now all of a sudden he dropped to 2.5. Well, he's back to 3. Season opener and most impressive lineup we've had yet, right? Our batters have never, in all the games we've watched through the first 2 seasons, our batters have never once had an advantage of this sort. We've got 5 guys with an advantage and 1 with a tie out of 9. JP Sears does not have the advantage over Tiedemann, who's extremely good, and of course Vlad Guerrero Jr. is also like really freaking good. But after that, they've got a drop off. Could be a chance for us. We have improved a lot. So Arraez is going to start today in left field, leading off. Zach Geloff has moved to first base. He'll bat second. Vientos has moved to DH from first base. He'll bat third. Denzel Clark cleaning up in fourth. New man Christopher Morrill with 60 power. The first power guy we've been able to acquire is going to clean up the main part of the order with that fifth slot. Urias, who we brought up late last season, is playing second base and batting sixth. Ruiz playing right and batting seventh instead of a leadoff. Less reliant on him these days. We'll see if that helps him, as he struggled a bit last year. After batting 279 in 24, he batted 237 a year ago. He had almost 100 extra at bats, but only one more home run and fewer RBI. Still had a lot of stolen bases, but that was about it. Crawford batting eighth. That's amazing to see a guy who was in the middle of our lineup, slated to be in the middle of our lineup a year ago, is suddenly down to eighth for this coming season. And Shea Langoliers, another guy who spent some time batting like cleanup, and he's consistent over the last 2 years, right about 250. He's down to batting ninth. That's big for us, and the backups behind them are guys that, a year or two ago would have been in the heart of this lineup. So I'm excited for prospects. What I'm nervous about is how poor we are against today's starter. JP Sears getting the opening day. A little surprising with Miller, who was slated to go number one, and Sears just 5.74 for the ERA last year, 3.49 the year before. Let's hope we can get back to year before type numbers. Remember, we had a pretty slow start last year. At home, big crowd. Opening day, of course. You get less on subsequent days, but the A's certainly weren't getting this kind of crowd, so we'll take it. Let's see what we can do. Defensively, been working to make changes to make us stronger defensively. You can see Geloff, Urias, kind of across the board. There's our big hole. Much stronger on the right side. Englers has a good arm too, so that helps. Clean top of the first. What can we do with the bottom of the first? We're going to take the intel runners in scoring position as we quickly make our way through the innings now. Bottom of the second. First hit of the day, but no runners in scoring position. Top of the third. There we go. First runner in scoring position of the entire day. 2.5 innings in. 2 out. Runner on second. It's Pinckney with Ahmed Rosario at the plate with a 65 contact, number 2 hitter. This is not going to be an easy one. Let's hope we can deal with him. We do force the pop-up as we get that on the barrel. Easy out, and we are out of the inning here on opening day. Langoliers with 1 out, full count. Langoliers on second, and it's Arraez, new man. We spent a good amount of money to bring in Arraez. Let's hope that he lives up to what was expected of him. His initial ratings dropped a little bit after the signing. Makes me a little bit nervous, but he's a high contact guy. What can he do with it? He's going to drive it hard to left. That is going to drop in there. We're going to round third, head for home. And Arraez is going to come standing into second base while the throw to the plate comes in way too late. It's an easy play. It's a stand-up. Surprised that the third baseman did not hang on to that one there, or pitcher, whoever was over there covering. And we score our first run. Oh, I hate that light blue, though. That's hard to see, isn't it? This one driven hard into right center. He snagged it. Looked like it took a little bunny hop, but he snagged it. That would have been iffy on trying to round that corner and get home for a second run, but not a bad start. We have a lead in our first game of the season. Top of the fifth, Sears still on the mound. 4 1/3 innings thrown so far, just 2 walks, 6 Ks. Having himself a pretty decent day, but we now have Jesus Rodriguez at second base. Good speed, too. Good steal ability. And Brian Anderson, last guy in the lineup, and he looks kind of dangerous for number 9 hitter. With just 1 out, luckily we're able to jam him, keep the runner at second, and make the easy out. That's 2 outs in the inning. 1 more to go to get out of this trouble. Pinckney Actually looks like an easier one to deal with than Anderson's, just probably quite a bit faster. Maybe a better eye as it doesn't show there. But he's going to drive that. As it comes in shallow into right, it should be an easy play to the plate to stop him from scoring, but it's not. It's not. That is going to bring them ahead. 2-1. How did that bring them ahead? I missed something. They had another run somewhere. They get a home run or something here earlier in the inning. Oh, come on. That was such an easy play. That thing was not too high. Well, trouble's a brewing here at home against the Blue Jays. Another. Like, why are we not going for the outs? Both of those plays looked pretty damn easy plays, and now it's 3-1. Oh, again. He just slow trots and then just jumps and misses the ball. Wait, where's the hustle at? Where is the hustle at? Make it stop. Get me out of this half inning. They got one more. 6-1. We get one back in the bottom of the sixth, but it's 6-2. And it's the stretch. Still down 6-2. Same number of hits. We've had an error today. I believe that probably happened in that one inning. They get another run to really seal things here in the top of the eighth as we trail by 5. Getting one back in the bottom of the eighth is not enough to stop the damage. It's the bottom of the ninth. We trail by 4. That one shot right back up the middle. Somebody like Greg Maddux would have stopped that one and made the play, but instead that one dribbles on through. And Reyes is on first base with Geloff. It's the top of the order. If you're going to make a comeback, that's a good place to be. Geloff doesn't get enough on that double play, and we're down to our final out. 0-1 count. Jammed inside. We come around quickly on it, but not enough to really get the meat of the barrel. We were a little bit on the handle, and it popped it up. So we lose the opener. One bad inning. All right, not a terrible performance from the lineup. 10 for 35. There was a home run. That was Flores, but that was in the 8th. So I don't know what I missed. Urias and Ruiz both with errors in the game. Definitely not how you want to start the season. Number one starter getting a 9 ERA after his first appearance of the season. Also not how you want to start the year. So we are going to push forward. The expectation, though, is to be better this season. It didn't show up that. Partially torn labrum from Urias coming out of that game. Great. Fan-freaking-tastic. He's out for 6 weeks with that one. Put him on the 10-day there. And we have an open spot. Reyes could easily move to his natural position of second. Leaves it pretty wide open on what to do from here for our selection. It could be another pitcher or another fielder. But with the abundance of outfielders we had, we don't have a hole that needs filling at the moment. Draft pool just got revealed, and the first mock draft has us picking third baseman Joey Gell, a 5-star potential guy with 70 contact, 80 power, 65 eye potential. Not sure about the defense side, but coming out of high school, and that's definitely kind of the department we would be going for. But you can see there's definitely a few, even 4 or 5 players that look to be elite talents, meaning we should have a pretty easy pick on one of those. The big thing is the money to make a signing. We lose our pick this year for the third round because of Reyes, but from last year we get a comp pick, which comes in just a couple spots lower and keeps us going, right where we would have been. So I'm liking that these first 5 rounds all have a pick still. Outside of one round, drop it down a couple spots. That part's looking good. Let's hope we can make use of the draft this year to really boost us. Really bad start to the season, and the injuries are mounting quickly as Geloff now, the latest to go down. He's going to be out for 4 weeks. To replace him, at least temporarily, new man. I made a trade with Kassar and one of the other pitching staff guys who was on the fringes of making the major league roster and didn't freed up one of my 40-man spots. What I got in return was Loperfido, just a 26-year-old left-handed first baseman who can play a lot of positions, fairly decent defense, okay speed for the position he's playing, extreme pull, line drive hitter who, looks all right. We're going to give him a shot. So I had 2 wins in the first 4 days of the season. We have not won since, and the injuries keep piling up. We are missing 2 key pitchers. We're missing 2 key infielders now with Mason Miller out for 3 to 4 weeks. This is going as horribly as it can. I mean, this has been an awful start to the season, both in terms of on the field and the off-field stuff that impacts on field. This is rough. Bounce back, winning 4 out of the next 5 to finally get our season started. But 2 years in a row, we end up with a horrible start to the year, which has really, really hurt any chance we have in performing as a team, overall. But that's some really, really key injuries we're dealing with. 2 to 3 weeks until we get a few of them back. Yeah, this is rough early days. Worst record in the American League, 28th in offense, 13th in defense, though. So one aspect of what we're doing is working, but the offense is just not gelling right now. And turns out that's the worst record in major leagues right now, even though we've won 4 out of our last 5. Month into the season, player development report, CJ Abrams, little positive, little negative. Others also negative. Richards was okay. Hankins, terrible development report for him down at the rookie league. Ricardo, Neville, Wilson Del Sol. This is one of my big guys. Is seen as a 3.5-star potential catcher with good contact power, I ratings. Gap has improved to a 25, but the overall potential went from 4-star down to 3.5. Mancha is doing okay. I'd like to get Wilson Del Sol into like A-League soon or something. Razzo was one of my big time guys. He's dropped at 3.5-star as his potential I rating has dropped off a little bit. Let's just get an overview of the team. In terms of those injuries, we're looking at about a week until those guys come back. I think it's something that's absolutely hindering us right now. You see just how bad this stretch was, and then we got some wins, and oh wait, we're losing again. 7-20 right now. This is already fire your manager type territory. AAA is now dominant. We have a lot of almost major league ready talent there. 13-8 for AA also. The area that was really bad, we've now flipped and turned into something very, very competitive, and we've really cleaned things up in these other areas. But this is just not working, is it? Arraez hitting 286, Clark 276, Morrill 260. 3 new faces from either last year or this year are coming out and leading the way. Morrill's already got 8 home runs. Clark and Arraez, again, same 3. Morrill, Clark, Rojas. Rojas was supposed to be on the bench. He's got 11 runs batted in. So new faces are changing the game for us. They have the positive wins above replacement along with Langoliers. On base plus slugging, all of those are going towards new faces in the system. So we are definitely doing better with the newer guys, and those existing ones look like they're probably the ones struggling the most. Morrill currently is a leadoff guy. Really? Okay, sure. A cleanup hitter with Crawford batting fourth. Make it make sense. Manager needs to get fired. Vientos not working out. Ruiz really struggling. Matijevic, injury replacement, struggling. Rojas comes into the lineup, getting the RBIs, but not hitting the ball real well. Langoliers is not. JP Sears is 0-5 with an 8 ERA. Spence Hernandez doing okay. Boyle, German, another injury replacement, is doing terribly. So we're missing some key guys. Their replacements are not doing very well. Bullpen's doing okay. Cousins is the only one who seems to be struggling a little bit. But yeah, rough start to the season. Is this the fire your manager territory? Could be. Could be. I've been itching to pull the trigger and make a replacement. I just didn't want to fire him and have to spend the money to do it. He had a contract expiring this year. At this point, he's got zero chance of a contract renewal. He's going to have to do a hell of a lot better than this. We're supposed to have 72 wins this season. He's already on rate to not make that. Play 500 ball the rest of the year. And he's only going to just come in. Let's see, that would be 18. We're at minus 13. So 5 more losses more than wins the rest of the way. And we would already be on par for being at or below our predicted season outcome. And it's like May just started. We've played a month, folks. We've played a month, and the team is horrendously bad right now. And it's been the offensive side. So that's kind of your obvious, if you're going to start looking to make changes, that's your place to do it. Ryan Jeffers is one of those. That salary, he's just not doing great. He was okay before, but yeah, 156 this year. He was hitting 251 last year. Nobody's hitting the ball well. A couple guys are. But there's just holes up and down our lineup right now. That's going to do it for this episode, though. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.